Hurricane Imelda is closing in now, and you're looking at live conditions there as the powerful Category 2 storm takes aim. A hurricane warning is in effect, with the island bracing for a close, potentially direct hit. That's later today into the early part of Thursday. Let's go there to Fox Weather's Haley Meier, live on the ground in St. George's. Haley, we saw your report from the causeway, and with that vantage point, you can see how exposed that spot is. That's going to be shutting down, and the scene behind you, man, through what, the next 3 hours or so, will be worsening considerably.
Yeah, to say the least, Ian. I mean, when I first got here yesterday, everybody's in high spirits. And then we took another taxi tour around the island to see how things have changed in 24 hours. And you could feel a tone shift. Folks, residents, tourists, they all realized that this is going to be a pretty big event, especially with Imelda continuing to strengthen into that Category 2 hurricane. We expect wind gusts here close to 100 miles per hour. I think we could even see some isolated spots the higher up you go on some of the hillier terrain we've got going on, more than that. And this is less than 24 hours after Umberto came yesterday. Peak wind gusts yesterday about 58 miles per hour, so a little bit over tropical storm force for some isolated spots. The airport reported around 50 miles per hour with the wind speed yesterday. The wave heights were close to 18 feet. Even in the afternoon, we saw the waves crashing up onto the South Shores. The South Shores are the most vulnerable. We went back again today to see how everything fared through Umberto. All of the residents there seemed fine, but we actually met the governor of Bermuda, and he sort of walked us through what he's concerned with in regards to the South Shores. He's fairly newly put into power here in Bermuda, so it's his first hurricane riding things out, and it could potentially be that landfalling hurricane. Last year there was Ernesto back in August. Now we have the chance for Imelda to make that landfall, and back-to-back hurricane landfalls, that's kind of unheard of for Bermuda, considering they are that needle in a haystack. Now, we went around from the South Shores and entered into Hamilton, the capital of Bermuda, and it was a ghost town. Literally. I mean, we've had folks from Fox Weather sending me pictures and videos from when they were tourists here and enjoying, and it was packed. Hundreds of people lining the streets of their central business district. You were pressed to find maybe 3 as we're walking along. Every single business and storefront had some type of hurricane prep, whether that was boarding up their windows or sandbagging right up against their doors. They're ready for this. Our taxi driver was getting phone calls from his daughter-in-law and his wife saying, "Hey, are you going to come home? It's time to go," because when those roads shut down, you lose connection. So the causeway connects the northeastern side of Bermuda to the South Shores and back towards Hamilton. Hamilton has the hospital, all of the major infrastructure. Now for the northeast, which actually used to be the capital here in St. George's, there's no hospital. There's an emergency center, but not the same intensity that a hospital can provide. And so the second you cross over that causeway, once 6 p.m. hits, you are where you are, and you have to ride this thing out. We could see that landfall as early as 1, 2 o'clock in the morning here for Bermuda, but no matter what, the winds are going to be very impactful. Power outages will start across the island. There's already been some reports of some isolated power outages already. Very heavy rain, torrential rain at times. Yesterday from Umberto, they saw anywhere from 2 to 3 inches in some localized spots. I also captured some flooding when I was traveling on the roads. It's some of the lower lying areas most prone to flooding. But then you think about all of that water trying to filter through the ground here, and then we add even more rain. We could see as much as 6 inches of rain as Imelda comes in. Now the good news with this, it's short-lived. It's about 6 hours of the most intense of the wind, the rain, and the surge, and then things will start to lessen up across the morning on Thursday. The airport completely closed down. We couldn't leave if we wanted to. Nobody could. So there's no evacuations going on in this moment. Tomorrow they'll come back and they'll do a survey, see if the airport can reopen throughout the afternoon, and then it should return to business as usual for Bermuda. But to say the least, knowing how big those waves got with Umberto, and then thinking about Imelda coming down the line, we could be talking 30-foot waves and intense storm surge overwashing roadways. I've already started to see the first instance of that with high tide today at 2 o'clock. So I can only imagine what the overnight hours will bring in.
Yeah, Haley, and I'm wondering about the airport too. As you were talking about, they have those plans. Our Fox weather model has some tropical storm force winds, at least gusts, hanging around through at least lunchtime. So that could be a bit of a process. We'll see how it all goes through the overnight hours. That's Fox Weather Meteorologist Haley Meier. She's going to keep us updated with what's happening there on Bermuda throughout the afternoon and evening. Haley, thank you.